welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a fill or redesign or whatever you want to call it. But the first thing that I'm going in with is this extra coarse safety drill bit, and I'm just going in to remove the colored acrylic. She initially wanted just a color change, like literally just gel polish on top of this, but they were already kind of grown out. It had already been 2 weeks, and then also the new color that she wanted, it was a really light nude color, so I knew that it wasn't going to be able to cover up this blue. So I'm like, no, like, you know, it's not going to work unless you end up choosing something different. But to do that, I would have to, you know, do a whole like colored acrylic change, if that makes sense. And she was fine with that. So as always, you guys know that whenever I do colored acrylics, I do the clear underneath. So that's what we're doing. We're just following the colored acrylic until we get down to the clear. That way we can just go in and replace the colored acrylic with a different color. So we're going to do this on all of the nails. As I mentioned, I am using the extra coarse safety drill bit, and I'm using my Scarlet Melody Susie nail drill, and I'm using it at 10,000 RPMs, or like between 10 and 15,000 RPMs. But as always, just use it at whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at. If you need to speed it up a little bit more or slow it down, that is completely fine, as long as you get the job done. Alrighty, so I skipped a little bit, but now we're going to go in and just remove the shine from the natural nails. Before I actually started recording, I had already pushed the cuticles back, which is why you didn't see that part. But we've already pushed the cuticles back, and then now we're going in with the 180 sanding band. You want to make sure that when you're doing this step, you only want to use a 180 sanding band, because you don't want to overfile on your client's nail, because that's how the nails get thin and brittle. So just go in and remove the shine. Literally just going in, and I'm using it at what is it, 5,000 RPMs, and we're just getting really close to that cuticle area, and then like I said, just removing that shine. After this, I'm just gonna dust the nails off, and then I'm gonna go in with a primer. So as you guys know, I use the JC Beauty Concepts products, so I apply the primer and then I'm going in with the clear acrylic again. So next time, remember, next time if she wants to get a different colored acrylic, we can just go in and follow the colored acrylic like we did today, and then we'll have the clear underneath. So it's so much easier that way. You don't have to do a new set every time, and it's just more convenient for me and for the client as well. So like I said, going in with the JC Beauty Concepts Clear, I do have a promo code for them, which is GetNail32. And then the brush that I'm using is the Alpha brush in a number 10. And I'll be sure to leave the link down below for you guys to that as well. But after we finish doing the clear on all of the nails, and as you can see, it's just a small bead, just enough to where it covers the new growth, and then, you know, just blending it down towards the tip. Now we're gonna go in with the with the JC Beauty Concepts Soft Peach, which is a really light nudish color. So we're gonna do that on all of the nails, and then of course encapsulating with the clear as well. And that way, whenever you come in to file, you're not gonna file away the colored acrylic. You're just gonna have the clear. And yeah, so we're just going to be applying the acrylic. As always, whenever you're applying acrylic, you want to be really gentle when you're brushing the acrylic down. If you brush too hard, you're going to be brushing that product off the nail, and then also that's how you get those bumps and lumps. Also, if you are still having trouble with like liquid to powder ratio and getting the correct size beads, and you know your acrylic maybe is too runny or too dry, I will leave the link down below to my practice sheet that you can just download, print, put it in a little plastic sleeve, and use it to practice your liquid to powder ratio. It's really helpful. I know when I first started doing nails, I was using something really similar, and it honestly does help with, you know, just being consistent. And then, you know, when you do nails, you're able to pick up, you know, the correct size bead. But anyways, we're going to continue to do the same on all of the nails. As always, when you're applying colored acrylic, we're just applying it to where we get a nice even you know, color throughout the whole nail, and then we go in and build the apex with the clear. Your apex is where your nail gets its strength from. If your nail was really thin and flat, the nail would break off super easily if you were to hit it on something. So you want to make sure that you have a nice apex, and I'll be sure to leave a picture of what and where the apex is. I do have a video on how to build an apex, so I'll be sure to leave that link down below for you guys as well. And also, just as a little reminder that I know a lot of the time all of my videos don't pop up, but if you're looking for any specific video as far as like how to shape nails, or how to build an apex, or how to clean your brush, how to disinfect your implements, or whatever, all you have to do is just go on the YouTube search bar and just type in Natali Carmona, and then, you know, whatever you're looking for. So like how to disinfect, you know, how to shape, whatever, just type it in, and most likely I'll already have a video for that. Or if not, if I don't have a video, be sure to comment down below with any suggestions that you may have for new videos. I'm open to doing whatever you guys want me to do. But yeah, so anyways, we're just going to continue to do this on all of the nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, also something else that I forget to mention, which I always mention in my videos, is making sure that when you're doing nails that you're wiping your brush off a lot on a paper towel, because if not, that product is going to get stuck to your brush and it's going to keep building up and building up to where you're not going to be able to have a smooth application. So make sure that you're wiping your brush, and also not even just that, but also you want to make sure that you're using good paper towels, because even if you're wiping it off, but if you're not using good paper towels, that product is still going to get stuck to your brush. So I use the Signature Cloth paper towels by Viva, and they work really good. They just suck in all those products, and the liquid, the powder, whatever, it just sucks it right in, and you don't have to worry about it getting in your brush. And then of course, after I'm done with every single set, I soak my brush in brush cleaner for about 10 minutes. That way, if there is any product stuck in my brush, it's gonna soak it out or soak it off. And then next time that I'm gonna do a set, you know, my brush is nice and clean. So you want to do that after every set. Also, implements like your cuticle pusher, like your nail clipper, your nippers, things like that, you want to make sure that you disinfect after each client. Of course, you don't want to use the same set on each client. And not necessarily that you have to disinfect it right after you use it on a client. Usually I just like use a new set on each client, and then at the end of the day I just, you know, wash and disinfect everything. But you want to make sure that you're using not a new set but a clean set on every client. But when it comes to your nail file and your buffer, you do want to use a new one of those on every client. Make sure that you throw the old one as soon as you're done with it. Throw it away as soon as you're done with it. And then of course your brush, you can clean that. Your drill bits, you can disinfect those, except for the sanding band. Those you would dispose of after each client as well. Alrighty, so after I finish applying the acrylic, I'm going in with an 80/80 hand file, and we're just going to reshape the nails. So of course they're already that coffin shape, but we want to make sure that they're like a perfect coffin shape. So we go in on the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. You don't want to lean your brush in or anything. Hold it exactly at a 90-degree angle, because if not, you're going to round off your corners and it's going to take away from your shape. So make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing during this step, or really throughout the whole entire set. But your shape is really important, because like I always say, it can literally make or break your sets. Whenever I see nails, the first thing that I look at is the shape, and you know, you just have to put some work in when you're doing this. But we're gonna finish reshaping the nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with my fine drill bit, and we're just using this one to file the acrylic. So we go around the cuticle area first, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, going back and forth until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And then of course just filing the rest of the nail to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. But remember y'all, make sure that you get around that cuticle area really good, because that's where your lifting will come from if you don't do this step correctly. I know for me, when I first started doing nails, and you guys probably hear this all the time, but when I first started doing nails, I felt like I was doing everything correctly, but I was still getting lifting. But then whenever I started like trying to do like a process of elimination, like okay, I'm doing this right and I'm doing that right, but I'm still getting lifting, like what could it be? So I started paying like really close attention to every single step that I was doing, and I realized that I just was not falling around this cuticle area like I should have. So make sure that you pay extra close attention to this part so you don't get lifting. But as always, you know, lifting can come from a number of things. That just happens to be one of the main things. But you know, it could happen from not prepping the nail correctly, from applying your nails too big or too small, from your acrylic being too wet or too dry. So it's, you know, it can come from a number of things, but this step right here is one of the most important ones, y'all. So make sure that you're spending a little bit more time on this step. And trust me, when I first started, and even a while after I started, y'all, like I was still getting lifting every now and then, and I know how frustrating it is, but you just have to kind of see what is causing your lifting. And it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a trial and error, and you're gonna find what works for you and what don't work for you. But in no time, you know, you're gonna be able to basically realize what the problem is. You're gonna be able to fix it, and you're going to be able to cut that problem out. Alrighty, so after we finish filing all of the nails, I'm going in with my buffer. And with the buffer, this is just to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So make sure that you buff those nails really, really good, because you don't want to be able to see any of those scratches through your polish. Alrighty, so after we finish buffing, I just dust the nails off, and then I'm gonna wipe all of the nails with an alcohol wipe. And then after that, we can go in with the polish. So as you've seen by the thumbnail, with this set, we're just gonna do different color tips. So we're gonna use a whole bunch or 5 different nude colors. So starting off with this brown, and this is actually by D&D, and then all of the other colors will be by Madam Glam, and I'll leave all of the colors down below in the description, as well as the promo code to Madam Glam. Alrighty, so whenever I'm doing tips like this, the first thing I do, as you guys seen, is just go in with the small brush and just kind of outline the smile line, and then with the actual nail polish brush, I go in and fill in the tip. And we're gonna do that for all of the nails, and then of course going in and doing a second coat after we cure for 30 seconds. But like I said, I'll leave all of the colors down below, and they just look so pretty together, y'all. So I know that y'all would like this set. Alrighty, so for this other hand, we're going to do the exact same thing, except for the ring finger, we ended up switching it to this pink. It's like a really light pink. So whenever I go in and do a second coat on the first hand, I am going to do this pink over the color that we had already did. And this color is actually really pretty. I just felt like the pinky and the ring finger on the other hand, they just look too similar. So that's why we decided to do a different color. Alrighty y'all, so we're gonna go in and do a second coat now, and as I mentioned, for the ring finger on this hand, we are gonna switch it to the pink that we used on the other hand. So at first I was just gonna go in with this color, and then I'm like, hold on, do you want to go ahead and do the same pink that we did on the other one? And she's like, yeah. So that's why you see me wiping it off and then going in with the pink over that nude color. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with the Madam Glam gel top coat, and then after that we're going to cure each hand for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out super pretty. I love those colors. And y'all, I really especially been loving that brown that was on the thumb. But anyways, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNailDirty2, and I'll see you guys next time.